Hi folks, Amanda Amble's in her kitchen and I want to just give a little bit of a debrief on what happened on Saturday the 25th, the WHS consultation in the town hall, which was a very interesting affair to any of those people who were present. So there is a video on YouTube and it's all about the tempers flaring. However, what I would say is it felt a little bit like a pressure cooker. So, us, the community, right from the outset, have never been consulted, have never shaped the views of the consultants, it feels like. And yes, basically it was a little bit more like a marketing tactic. However, I am grateful that they got the consultants through to give presentations about what happened in Bath and what happened in Avebury when they were going through the consultation process. Now, obviously, Bath and Avebury and Glastonbury, they are all different places, but, there should be a certain process that goes through, that happens. And it's very interesting to see that Sarah was very particular about community engagement, and she showed picnics and all kinds of things where the community came together, and it was quite clear that they had shaped what was going on there. And what I noticed with the other consultant, I think his name's Chris Sherman, it was very much like focused on the buildings of Bath. Somebody did mention that we want to know about what happened to the community and the people. And I guess what Chris pointed out is also the council are part of the community, and that is true. But they're not really acting as though they're part of the community. My feeling is from the outset, they've acted as though they are above the community. And literally, we've been tearing our hair out. We've been screaming from the rafters, listen to us, engage with us. In the working party, like I mentioned previously, they handpicked, cherry-picked all the members. Some people have left that group and others have said that they really want to be a part of that group. And they're not given the opportunity to. So, the pros and cons that come out of that group. Is that fair in any way? Does that represent the community? Should we have had to put our hands in our pockets and find £500 on top of all the hard work myself and others have been doing in terms of, bringing out what's happening to us? And this could have drastic and very negative consequences for Glastonbury and indeed the world. So this isn't, child's play. This is a massive deal. And it's very clear that that even during this consultation, that our voices were not particularly welcomed. I understand that the consultant for Glastonbury had brought in these speakers and some of them were speaking for free. However, the consultants themselves are getting paid a very rich amount, and really I think it's also their duty to listen to what we have to say. And so things did get heated. There was quite a lot of aggression in the room, but that's not surprising considering what's been going on. And right from the outset, a certain member of the Green Party, I'll give the initials JC, said that if the community did not want this, that he would put it back to bed for another 10 years. But clearly the community do not want it. And we've been shouting about this right from the beginning. That's in terms of council meetings, in terms of the petition, which nearly has 4,000 now, in terms of everything, meetings, and still there is no transparency, there's no accountability, and they just plough on as though we're not there. In fact, some of the councillors spoke to us, as though we were naughty children doing the wrong thing. having a voice, you know, not treating us like intelligent human beings. And that's really sad, actually. You know, we were told off by one of the councillors in a very schoolmarm kind of way, which I think is outrageous, to speak and treat, you know, human beings that way. People who have done a lot of research, and people, you know, like myself, Jack Cox, we've made a whole website. We've done a whole series of interviews with local people, and still they're not listening. And still, what came across in the consultation is they're still spinning the lies about World Heritage actually protecting sacred sites. And, you know, JC was talking about how it would protect, but we know from our research, and also by Mr. Sherman's comments during the Q&A, that actually it doesn't automatically, you know, it doesn't actually protect it at all. So, you know, we felt that the presentations were very much about the positive aspects about World Heritage status. And we know that Bath has gone up 44%, the houses, you know, the prices of the houses. And, you know, it may not directly be to do with WHS, but there's a connection. So, you know, we don't feel that there is a fair balance going on. We are concerned about the negative impact that World Heritage status will very likely have on Glastonbury. Anyhow, you can see the video, it's going around. Thank you to Clive Edwards for doing that. Like I said before, we're going to have to look down legal channels now, because actually, you know, I for one am exhausted. I've been shouting from the rooftops and the rafters for the last year, and the cat is out the bag like Mano, like you said. The cat is well out the bag. And, you know, there's really basic things that need doing in Glastonbury, like the toilets need to be repaired and up and functioning. So how are they going to accommodate all of these extra tourists? All right, thanks for watching. You take care.